also, I'm finally sitting down and learning how to play Terra Invicta, which, like any grand strategy game, is a process. But I'm kind of proud of myself for finally getting around to that. But that's what's up with me.
Is that a tabletop game or is that a PC game?
It's a PC game. So the TLDR on that, and I can give more context if you want, but basically the guys who made the famous Long War mod for the new XCOM games went and are building a grand strategy game of their own, which is like 3 different layers in one. Again, it's around an alien invasion of Earth, but it's infinitely more complex. It's to the level of a Paradox grand strategy game.
So, all right, now I'm curious. So, grand strategy, this is not like real-time strategy like Warcraft or StarCraft?
No, there's an element of... So, are you familiar with XCOM?
No,
Either
actually,
old or new.
I was going to ask you about that.
So XCOM with capital X and capital C and then OM. The original is an old strategy game, but the idea is there is an alien invasion of Earth, and you are put in charge of the XCOM initiative. And there's 2 phases to the game. There's the base building geoscape phase where you have to build and maintain various bases with funding you get, and also you capture materials from the aliens and research them and so forth, and build better weapons, recruit and train soldiers, and then you send those soldiers out to a tactical mission phase where when you shoot down a UFO or they land or whatever, you have to go and mop things up on the ground and take their shit to research and to build your own shit. And so you start off, facing down alien scouts with, AKs and M16s, and pretty soon you're coming back with lasers, and then they start sending more things, and then you come back with plasma and they start sending more things, and it's an arms race. But this interplay of the geoscape, the more strategic game, and then the tactical element is the magic of the series. And then there was a more modern version, which is XCOM in all capital letters. That's the distinction, which is the exact same idea, but much more streamlined and frankly dumbed down, which depending on who you are is either a good thing or a bad thing. So basically, if you want the more streamlined experience, play the more modern XCOM. The actual original devs made a game which you can get for next to nothing called Xenonauts, which is basically an updated version of the original XCOM, which is, again, it's not as bad as the original, but it's much more complex. There's actually Xenonauts 2 coming in development. So there's that. Now, Terra Invicta is basically, there was a group of people who saw the XCOM remake, the dumbed down one, and said, let's crank this shit up to 11. And they made a famous mod called The Long War, which, as the name implies, makes things much more lengthy, much more complex, much harder. And so it's very famous. And they're like, we should build our own game. And they have been. It's on early access, the good kind, where it's started as a complete game, a playable game that's worth the price of admission. It just keeps getting better and better and better. So it starts with, okay, an alien craft crashes on Earth. And there's, like, counting the aliens, there's 8 factions. So there's the Resistance, which is your default one, which is, we want to be left the hell alone. There's Humanity First, which is let's go exterminatus. There's the people who want to worship them, the people who want to profit in various ways, the people who want to get the fuck out, and the Exodus Initiative. And so there's these cabals operating behind the scenes geopolitically, and you're seizing control of countries and resources and stuff. And the idea is to figure out what's going on and also get off Earth. And then the second phase comes out to the solar system where you're staking claims and mining shit and building things and starting to fight in space. And the third thing is actual space battles, where you're building these ships, and then it's like Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts type of thing, where you have to actually fight the battles or auto-resolve. And it's incredibly complex. So there's elements of like a Paradox game like Hearts of Iron or Crusader Kings or whatever. There's also an element of Total War where there's, or XCOM, where there's the interplay between the strategy and then the tactical battles in space.
Yeah,
so it seems learning to play one of these games is a process. And I'm really getting into it now.
Yeah, this is one of those types of games that I'm terrified of, because this is one of those types of games, and it does sound complex, where
Insanely so.
Because even Total War in and of itself can be complex. This is one of
Very
those
much so,
games. Yeah, this is one of those games where I'm gonna start playing it. Next thing you know, I haven't slept in 5 days and I haven't showered in 6.
Yep,
And
that's
I
me
have
at the moment. I was up till 3 in the morning doing, and I realized I fucked something up, so I'm going to start over again. This will be my 4th playthrough, but I'm getting better every time.
you have a full beard and like you stop eating.
Right,
Like
that's me because outside of LK and a few other people and my work, I have no social life, and I like it that way. So these are games for someone like me who has a lot of time to devote to them. What you described of having lots of friends, lots of social life being pulled in 50 different directions, I'd always encourage you to try it, but I don't think that's probably something you have time for.
Well, I mean, dude, even like Elder Scrolls, like the new they remade the 4th one.
Oh, the Oblivion remaster.
Oblivion. Yeah. And then Skyrim, like even that game was like, okay, I can't get caught up in this.
That was me.
Yeah, it's way too much time commitment.
That was me in Dragon Quest III Remake. I got super deep into that until I fell off of it. I need to get back onto it.
If you want if you want something chill to just relax to the Planet Crafter, actually, make a custom game, set it to relaxed settings, and then turn the terraforming rate down to 0.01%. Which is not as bad as you'd think. No, this is the Planet Crafter, the other game that's about to get a major free update tomorhow, actually.
The whole game is free?
No. This update to the base game is free. And there is a DLC planet. Yeah, sorry. So I did say so, but I should have checked to make sure that we understood. Okay, so this is a game, to be very, very brief, where you're dropped on a planet where there's no breathable atmosphere or anything.
Apparently, today's sponsor is the games Archangel's playing.
Okay, it seems anyway, check it out. But basically, you have to terraform this planet. You can actually see the planet change around you. It's fun, and it's just if you play it that way, it's very, very chill, and it's the kind of thing you can pick up, play for 10 minutes, play for 30 minutes to relax before bed, and then come back to it whenever. So you can also play it as frantic and high stakes, but that's less fun, I think.
I used to play a game on PC called Imperium Galactica. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know that specific one, but just from the title, it sounds like that sort of thing. Yeah.
It's not as complex as the game you're just. Yeah, it's not as complex as XCOM or as the games you're describing. But it's similar in that it's like StarCraft on steroids though, but not exactly. Because in that game you have to it's an older game though. I'm
seeing it on Steam. Oh yeah, I fuck with this, just looking at the screenshots.
Yeah, and you can like send spies to other governments. You can totally terraform planets.
You found something for Archangel to get into.
Maybe the design language and stuff in older games can be very hard to get into, but this is damn good. 97, this is holy. How did I never hear about this? Holy shit!
It's okay. So like that game is like crack because it's not as complex as the one you're talking about at all. But there's 3 different races.
That's going on the wish list.
Yeah, I'm playing it off the disc.
This looks of not quite the same, but this looks decently complex, actually.
Yeah, it can be because when you take over a planet, like your empire, you get more and more planets, and then what you can do is, thank God you have this feature, you can configure it to where the people on the planet will construct whatever you need, but you have to also have food. So what you're basically getting when you take over a planet is it turns into like a space colony version of Sim City, where you're building like power plants, but you also have to build.
Seeing that it looks very much like Sim City.
But then you have to have shipyards because you have to go against enemy fleets. So then when you go into that mode, it becomes kind of like a Star Trek, like like a space battle, just like crazy. And then you have to 2 of the races have like spies, and you can send spies to enemy governments to like create what's it called? Like they can create like false flag attacks and like blame like their own political people and betray them. Like there's a lot to it. And when you were describing this game, it's more complex, but I think Imperium Galactica is like somewhere in the middle where it's not quite like StarCraft, but it's not as complex as the ones you're describing. Because the ones you're describing feel like 5 games put together into one.
Yeah, in Terra Invicta, it's said to be 3. But all right, we've whittled on enough, and LK's probably gonna have to
I'm gonna have to
edit
edit
this out or make it
okay.
maybe make it an extra video.
I might do that. I mean, it's all interesting. I guess as that's where you are is PC gaming land.
Oh yeah, as always.
I'm not. I mean, I'm there too, so I get it.
Yeah, so even though the AAA sector is imploding, there is so much gaming to be had, folks. You just need to go look a little bit.
Finish Dragon Quest 3, bro.
Oh, I will. I finished 11. I'll finish 3.
No more excuses.